Welcome to BFF with May Myat Noe here on MI Radio အားလုံးပဲမင်္ဂလာပါMyat Noe ရဲ့ BFF with May Myat Noe talk show ကနေပြီးတော့ပြန်လည်ကြိုဆိုလိုက်ပါတယ်Myat Noe နဲ့တူတူရှိနေတဲ့သူကတော့ဒီတစ်ပတ်မှာတော့fashion designer international fashion designer ပေါ့နော်ဒီ Steven Wu ဖြစ်ပါတယ်မင်္ဂလာပါရှင်
Minglava May, thank you for inviting me.
No worries. I'm very happy to finally speak to you. We have actually met like 4 years ago, but we didn't really, we didn't actually meet. So this is like the first actual
I think you came back after I left.
True. So we would like to introduce you to our listeners first and foremost. So would you mind doing a little intro?
Hi everybody, my name is Steven. I am 36 years old this year. I am a sweater designer. I do knitwear. So basically things that you don't really wear in Myanmar. You know, you must willow me at it. Inji wale. So that so I can do thin sweaters, I can do thick sweaters. So it's for year round. I was born in Yangon and I studied in Singapore when I was 13 to 15. And after I was 15, my family immigrated to the US and I came back to Asia in 2012 and I've been back in Asia since 2012. So now I'm based in Shanghai and I have an office in LA and I have an office in Shanghai to do my brand. So that's what I do. Yeah.
Awesome. So I think you lost some of us at 36 years old because you need to like drop skincare routine tips and stuff for us, man. You are like polished.
The best skincare is sleep. I mean, I love sleeping. So I think everybody should just spend a lot more time sleeping because sleeping, not only does it cure your skin, but it also cures your emotional troubles. You forget about everything when you fall asleep, you know? And I understand because not everybody can fall asleep easily, but I'm the type of person that fall asleep anywhere, everywhere. So, you know, back in high school, I got into a car crash because I fell asleep at the wheel. I mean, I fell asleep so easily. I mean, to a falls. Yeah. So it's bad, but I think it has to do with my personality. I'm very straightforward. When I'm happy, I'm happy. When I'm not happy, you can also see that I'm not happy. I'm not the type of person that likes to keep emotional troubles inside and just keep having it built up and then torturing myself. So I think it's just a healthy way of living to be able to freely express your feelings.
Right.
Yeah.
Lifestyle is very important for better skin, guys. So remember that. And sleep a lot. I guess like because of the pandemic and everything, people are like, not having the perfect, not proper sleeping pattern. They're sleeping at like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. and like waking up in the middle of the day. And, like their routine is just all over the place. That's the main reason why, a lot of us are breaking out, especially from wearing masks as well. Right?
Yeah, I understand. Yeah. But I think you have to have a little bit of discipline for sleep because it's a scheduled thing. It's a biological clock. So if your body gets used to sleeping very late, it gets later and later and later and later. You know? So
and your cells don't like repair and you have eventually you have bad skin. Right?
Yeah. Actually, I have a very easy skincare routine. I wash my face. I put serum. I don't use lotion because my skin gets very oily very easily. So I just use serum. And that's it. So it's very easy. Just one time in the morning and one time before you sleep.
So it literally shows us that lifestyle is crucial for better skin. Right?
And
it's not about products.
The things you eat also, the stuff that you put in the body because that's what your skin is using to regenerate itself. So you should be eating clean food, nutritious food, no junk food, you know?
All right. So, I mean, we're getting like skincare tips from a fashion designer. So,
I mean, skin, cosmetics and fashion goes hand in hand because, it's a whole package. I'm sure you understand. As a model, you gotta have the face, but you gotta have the clothes too.
Right now, like I'm stressed, and the weather here is like super dry because I'm currently in Korea. The weather is super
Oh,
dry in Korea,
yeah,
and plus, like we are wearing makeup and mask.
yeah,
So
yeah,
you see how like
yeah,
helps
yeah.
it kind of like perfect weather for the bacteria to grow and get pimples and stuff, right?
Yeah, actually, that means you're in the same similar time zone and similar like area as me, because Shanghai and Korea are very close to each other.
True. Okay, so tell me about your stay in Shanghai. So, what have you been doing?
So I mean, when I first came to China, it was 2012. I mean, I moved back to Myanmar first.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got into a big fight with my father because I wanted to start a studio actually at that time in Myanmar, but he wasn't very
Mm-hmm.
supportive because he doesn't come from the fashion industry.
Mm-hmm.
And in 2012, the internet in Myanmar was not as good as it is right now. So I had a very hard time working on my own brand at the time because I already had my brand before I moved back.
Mm-hmm.
I had trouble downloading emails, downloading pictures, sending emails. So it was very difficult for me. So I decided to come
Mm-hmm.
to China because I was already using factories here. And I
Mm-hmm.
was using the yarns that come out of China. So
Mm-hmm.
I moved to Guangzhou in 2012 and I lived there for 3 years. And after that, I came to Shanghai and I've been in Shanghai for 5 years now. So in China, totally 8 years.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, and now we have an office in Shanghai that employs 30 employees because I have a brand in the US and I have a brand in China. And
Uh-huh.
of my own two brands, we also make development and production for high-end brands like Philip Lim, Coach, Oscar de la Renta,
Wow.
yeah, Narciso Rodriguez, Monse. So these are all the brands that I do development and production for in terms of knitwear. I only do sweaters. I don't do anything else.
Okay, so let's go to the core of your, career. So what made you start to do fashion?
It was a complete accident because I went to UC Berkeley in California for my bachelor's degree. And when I
Mm-hmm.
first entered UC Berkeley, it was with a pre-med major, meaning I was going down the medical line. Yeah,
Wow.
because my mother's dream was for me to become a doctor, like every other mom, right?
Right,
Yeah,
right.
all the moms in Myanmar want their children to be
Like,
doctors.
ဆရာဝန်သား
So
လေးပဲလိုချင်ကြတာဆိုတော့လေ
အေးဘောဟုတ်တယ်အန်နင်ကအဲ့လောက်ရုပ်ချောတာယောဂမရှိတာတော့မှယောဂရှာပြီးတော့နင့်ကိုလာပြီးယောဂပြမှာ
kind of
so
true. I mean, like, you know.
yeah so you know ကျွန်တော်အမေကိုအရန်ချစ်တဲ့သားတယောက်လေသူ့ကိုအရန်ချစ်တယ်ဆိုတော့သူပြည့်စေချင်တာကိုအမြဲတမ်းဖြည့်ပြတယ်ဆိုတော့ကျွန်တော် high school 4 နှစ်တက်တယ်ကွာဟို America ပြောင်းသွားတော့ high school 4 နှစ်တက်ခဲ့အဲ့ high school 4 နှစ်တက်နေတဲ့အချိန်မှာတစ်ချိန်လုံးအုံနောက်ထဲမှာ pre med ရအောင်ဝင်မယ်ဆိုပြီးတော့အဲ့လိုမျိုးစူးစမ်းခဲ့တာကျွန်တော် high school မှာလေအဲ့ဒီ4 နှစ်ကကျွန်တော်ဒီလူသက်တဘောအလုံးစူးစမ်းခဲ့ရတော့အချိန်ဘာဖြစ်လို့ဆိုတော့အဲ့တုန်းကimmigration ကခုနအဲ့တုန်းကမှလုပ်လိုက်တာလေပြီးတော့အင်္ဂလိပ်ကလည်းအဲ့တုန်းကတော်တော်ကောင်းကောင်းမတတ်ဘူးပြီးရင် culture shock ကလည်းရှိတယ် so you know life is very difficult and high school kids in America it's just like the movies they're mean you know so I had a very hard time in high school, but I studied very hard. I worked very hard. And then I got into UC Berkeley with pre-med. And after 1 year of studying, you know, chemistry, biology, I was done. I mean, I love biology, but I hated chemistry. I hated physics. I hated anatomy, where you have to cut open frogs and cats and dogs.
True. The nasty stuff, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, how am I going to become a doctor if I find those things to be completely disgusting, you know?
True.
So I gave up and my mom tried to bribe me to keep staying in there. She's like, I'll buy you a car, you know? But in the end, she couldn't sway my decision. So I kept going with business. And in my last year, a group of friends who knew how to sew and they wanted to be designers, they asked me, hey, how about after we graduate, like we start a brand together, we'll design, we'll sew, and then you help us manage the finances. And I said, okay, that sounds interesting, but I don't know anything about fashion. So what do you want me to do? And they were like, you should go take some introductory courses and just like, understand about fashion. You don't have to know everything.
True, true.
So yeah, so they suggested I go try something. So I signed up for a fashion course at a community college. So I was doing two schools at the same time on my last year. And
Wow.
I just fell in love. I mean, it was, if you could love a profession and it could be love at first sight, that was me when I first started studying fashion. And you just know from the moment you started learning something that you're completely immersed in it and you enjoy it so much. You don't feel tired. You don't feel it's troublesome. And fashion is not for everybody because it's a very, very tiring job. What people see from the outside are the finished products, and the finished
True, the
products are
beautiful
always
things.
beautiful,
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
beautiful. Yeah. And what they don't see is all the tears, all the sweat, and all the pain that goes into making something beautiful. I mean, the process is very long. So, and I was enjoying it. So I decided, oh, and my teacher at the community college told me, hey, you seem to be picking these things up very fast, even though you never studied these before. So if you want to follow this seriously, you should go get your master's. You're going to get your bachelor's in half a year. So you should go get your master's afterwards. Because he says, getting an associate's degree at a community college is not going to help your career. So taking his advice, I applied at the Academy of Art in San Francisco, and I started studying there in 2017 after I graduated from UC Berkeley with my bachelor's. And at that time, I studied everything, women's wear, men's wear, wovens, knitwear. But in 2010, when I graduated, I decided to do sweaters because the principal saw all my work, and then that's when he suggested I do, because he said my knitwear designs are very different from what other people do.
True, true. So, and you've been doing so well. Like, you're like okay. So you represent Myanmar, like
No,
across the
that's a
globe.
big weight to carry on your shoulder.
But the thing is, you're doing so well, and we're so proud of it. And I mean, there was an article where I think Taylor Swift, she was wearing your design. We were like so blown away, and it's such a big thing. But I don't think there was enough media to cover that, that news. But I just want to say congratulations again for doing so well, and like getting. I don't know. I'm just so proud. I'm just so proud.
Thank you. Oh, it's all luck. I feel like, sometimes, because when you're designing sweaters, it's not like evening gowns. They're not
True, true,
fancy, they're not red carpet. And I never expected that kind of publicity to come from designing sweaters, and especially sweaters that are everyday wear. So
true.
When celebrities wear my clothes, they are shopping or they're watching a basketball game. They're not at some fancy gala. It's very everyday, and that's what I like about sweaters. It's very comfortable and it's casual. I don't really like very uptight clothes because for myself, I prefer to be comfortable.
Okay, so tell me, what are your future plans? What are you you were working on right now, or something that you want to be doing in the future?
Well, something new that I'm working on is that new brand that I just said is Noom. It's my new baby. I just gave birth to it, so our first season just finished. Actually, I want to gift you some of the pieces. I think you're gonna look great in it. And and the first season was a spring-summer season, so it's perfect for Myanmar. Actually, they're actually sweaters that you can wear in Yangon.
Wow.
In the summer.
Okay, so what if is there any other collection that you're working on right now?
So the two brands that I'm working on, they're constantly going. So we're working on fall winter season for 2021 right now. But I also do a lot of shows and exhibitions with my showpieces. So that's under my name, Stephen Wu. Yeah, so I don't sell those garments. I only make those pieces for shows and exhibitions, or like for movies, because I don't want to start commercializing my own namesake brand, because for me right now it's artwork. you
Mm-hmm.
don't have to, when you don't have the pressure to sell something, you have
Mm-hmm.
the guts to do whatever you want,
True,
you know.
true, true.
And that's why I keep my two brands with my own namesake brand separate, because
Mm-hmm.
once the minute you start selling something, you have to listen to buyers and their opinions.
Mm-hmm.
You have to
True, true,
start listening to the end customer and what they want. And it's no longer
true.
so it's no longer about what you want, but it's about what other people want. So that's why
Mm-hmm.
I keep those separate. But those pieces are a lot crazier, and those are the
Uh-huh.
ones that allow me to let the creative juices out of my body. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And so those are my current plans. And my future plan is to do something with handicraft in Myanmar. I bought a piece of land in May Myat Noe, in Biunglen.
Uh-huh.
And I want to
Uh-huh.
build like this artist community studio kind of space
Wow.
in Biunglen, because the weather is perfect there all the time.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And I think there's a lot of handcraft that comes out of Myanmar, and I feel like that is something that we could put on the world stage. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I've been working in the industry for over 10 years now, and I have
Mm-hmm.
all the contacts that I need to have for buyers, for stores,
Mm-hmm.
department stores. You know, so
Mm-hmm.
I can, if the product is right, I can easily get it into stores, you know, in the US or even
True.
in China. So
True, true.
um, so I want to do that down the line, but right now it's, you know, it's just a dream. We're starting
Uh-huh.
to plan the building, so hopefully construction can be done in a year or two, but
Mm-hmm.
we'll see. I don't want to say too much because we just don't know. I
True.
don't even know when I'll be able to go back, but yeah.
You're right, you're right. It's just to like do start on it and then let the, people know about it. It's much more. But
Yeah,
it's a dream, right? It's like one can only dream.
you always have to have a dream. I feel like
True.
if you don't have a dream, you're not going to move forward, because a
Mm-hmm.
dream is something that is enticing, that's luring you towards
Mm-hmm.
something that you can work for. So
Mm-hmm.
I always have milestones, you know, and once I
Mm-hmm.
reach one milestone, I have another milestone. And
True.
it sounds very tiring, but that's human life. You got to continue working.
Right now, since we already like talk a lot about work and fashion and everything,
Yeah.
I have a little fun session where we will be playing a game.
Okay.
Okay, so it's a
Too old
BFF
for a
tradition.
game.
I mean, it's not a fancy like move around kind of game. So I'll be asking you questions, and you probably have to like answer stuff. So,
Okay.
okay, so I have picked Would You Rather game with you.
Okay.
Would you rather? Do you want me to
How do
give
you
you an
play it?
example?
Yeah.
So, it's a game where I'll be asking you a question, and you have to choose which one you would rather do.
Okay.
So I'll give you like two choices. You have to choose one.
Okay.
Let's do like
Okay.
a very simple example.
I was just playing this game with my godson last night. It must be
Oh,
trending because my godkids, they're only 8 years old, and he was like, "Would you rather
uh,
fart or would you rather poop?" And I was like, "What kind of question is that?" And I was like, "I'm not gonna answer that question. How about you answer that question?" He's like, "I would rather fart." And I was like, "Why would you do that?" And then he said, "Well, you know, pooping is a lot of work. You have to like wipe your butt and you have to like take off your clothes." So is this the game we're playing right now?
yeah.
Okay.
I guess I don't have to. We don't have to do an example. We already got one. So
Okay. All right. Okay.
okay, okay. So let's start because I feel like this game will kind of let people know your personality more.
All right. All right.
Or the way Stephen would thinks.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, let's start with a very interesting question. Would you rather lose the ability to read or lose the ability to speak?
Definitely ability to speak. You don't need to
Uh-huh.
speak when you can show emotions with your hands, you can show emotions with your face, but if you cannot read, you cannot even express yourself. You don't know,
Mm-hmm.
you can be talking, but because you don't know how to read, you don't have the knowledge or you don't have the finesse to speak like a respectable person. So
Mm-hmm.
you have to be able to read first to be able to
Mm-hmm.
speak well. So
True, true.
definitely
Knowledge
that's
is
an
way
easy.
way more important than
To be
expression
able to
expressing.
look what is happening with freedom of speech in America.
Okay,
Yeah.
next question. Would you rather be covered in fur or covered in scales?
I would be
So,
covered in scales because that's way cooler and that's very protective. Fur, I mean, it just sounds hot thinking about it, you know? I mean, scales, they look very futuristic, and for me,
true.
I rather go with the cool way than the cute way. I
True.
prefer to be cool. Yeah,
True. Okay. Okay, next question.
that's a good
Would
one.
would you rather always be 10 minutes late or always be 20 minutes early?
Oh my God. Okay, this is what I want, or this is you want actual versus like you want actual.
I don't know. Tell me. Are you like always late or are you like
If it were by choice, I would love to be 20 minutes early, but I'm always 10 minutes late. I mean, I don't know why, but it always ends up that way, and I feel really sorry every time I'm late, and we shouldn't be late, but do do as I say, not as I do. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Would you rather know the history of every object that you touch or be able to talk to animals?
Oh, I would want to talk to animals because I love animals. I'm an animal freak. And you know, when I was young, my relatives and they always ask, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And it was always to be a veterinarian. I wanted to be a vet
Wow.
because I love animals
Wow.
so much.
Mm-hmm.
I love animals because they give you so much happiness, comfort, and joy, and they never yell at you, you know? They're so sweet. I love animals.
Okay. Would you rather give up all drinks except for water or
Mhm.
give up eating anything that was cooked in an oven?
Okay. Definitely the drinks because I already don't drink. I only
Oh,
drink,
okay.
yeah. So I mean, right now I mostly only drink water, but I drink tea. That's pretty much about it. I don't drink soda. I don't drink coffee. I don't drink alcohol. So that's an easy one.
Okay. So one more.
Yeah.
Would you rather be able to see a 10-minute into your own future or a 10-minute of a future of anyone but yourself?
Oh, of anyone,
Uh-huh,
only
anyone.
10 minutes. If it's only 10 minutes, then I'm only going to choose mine. But if it's something longer, then maybe I'll choose somebody else. Because with somebody else's 10 minutes, you can't really make big changes
Uh-huh.
to to what's going to happen. But with your own situation, I think you can make a lot of changes, you know?
You're right.
Like
You're right.
for example, I will use that skill 10 minutes before the stock market's open.
That's a very, very clever choice.
Because with other people's future, you don't know because there are a lot of other things that could be affecting their future.
Mhm.
You're not in control.
Mm.
So
Okay. So one more question. Would you
yeah.
rather go back to a 5-year-old of yourself with everything you know now or know now everything your future self will learn?
Oh wow. I think know now everything my future self will learn because being 30 something years old is amazing. People listen to
Mm.
you, people respect you. I mean, when you're a 5-year-old with all this knowledge, people will think you're a little freak. People, people are gonna be like, there's this crazy kid who 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 knows how to knit sweaters. I'll become
Like
a
you will be like
TikTok.
Guinness World Record. You will be in like Guinness
Yeah,
World Record.
yeah. I'll become a TikTok sensation, probably a 5-year-old knitting sweaters,
I
but
know.
you can't make big changes with that. But if I know what my future self will know right now, I can make big
Mm-hmm.
changes. You know, I can make big
Mm-hmm.
changes.
True,
Yeah,
true. I think the latter was much more,
yeah, for
better.
sure, definitely.
Okay, so one last question. Let me say.
Okay.
Okay, would you
Is it would
Okay.
you fart or would you poop?
I don't know which one.
You should ask this question to your next guest. That's my present to you.
Oh, thank you. I think the next guest will probably be like, okay, thank you for the game. I will stop playing now. Okay. Um, would you rather be the character that the last book you read or the last movie that you saw? First of
Would
all,
I what?
would you rather be a character from the
Okay.
last book that you read or a character from the last movie that you saw? But first of all, tell me which was the last book that you read and the
See,
movie
that's
that you
what I was
watched.
gonna say. I would have to pick the movie one because if I pick the book one, oh, the last book I read. Oh my God, I cannot remember. It's back in like college. I haven't read books since college. The only
Wow.
books that I've read since college are like knitting books. So I would become a grandma if I picked the character from the book that I last read because I only read knitting books. But
Okay.
movies are a lot more fun. I like watching
True.
superhero movies and stuff, so I could become a superhero. You know,
Yeah. Okay. So, who's your favorite superhero?
my favorite superhero. I mean, it used to be Storm from Marvels because I mean to control the weather is amazing.
Uh, mm-hmm.
Um, but I don't know. Recently, what am I into recently? Uh, Recently, I don't know. Recently, all the powers have become too insane. Like
Uh-huh.
Captain Marvel.
Uh-huh.
Their powers are just too overpowering. It's too much.
Uh-huh.
So
Uh-huh.
if I have to pick a hero from everything that is out right now, I would pick Thanos because his name sounds like mine. I am my Burmese name is Than Nang U, right? But on my
True.
passport it says Than U. So with Thanos, it's only off
Uh,
by one character. and and he actually, I don't think he's a bad guy, to be honest. To be honest, I think he was trying to help the Earth.
okay.
I
Okay,
mean,
now we know.
seriously,
Now
this
we
is now you know why I love animals so much because I feel like the world is way too overpopulated, and I think people
know.
need to calm down and at least
Mm-hmm.
let the animals like take back some space because
True.
we humans, we get so greedy sometimes and we always want more and more and more. So I think we need to give other species a chance.
True. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so that was the last question. Thank you for playing this
Yeah.
Would You Rather game with me. We know a little bit more about Stephen Wu and his
Thanks.
thoughts. But
Now,
yeah, thank
now
you
I
so much
want
for
to
being
be
here, Shiva.
Thanos.
Thanos, yeah. Thanos Wu. Thanos Wu.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much for being here with me today on BFF with May Myat Noe watching it.
Yeah, it's very fun. Thank you. And I look forward to seeing you in person. Okay.
All right,
Look
so
forward to seeing you.
thank you so much, Ba, for answering all my silly questions and playing this
No,
silly
no,
game
no,
with
no,
me.
no. Not silly enough. I think everybody asks why I'm so immature and look young or whatever, but I think it's at the end, it's all about curiosity.
Mm-hmm.
And you always want to ask questions, and that's how you become a good designer. It's you're always curious about everything.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody should stay young and curious. And so
Yeah,
thank you
and
very much for these silly questions.
you'll be youthful like Stephen Wu too.
Yeah, just be immature and just have fun all the
Just have
time.
fun, right? Enjoy life.
Exactly.
All right. Thank you
It's too
so
short.
much. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you, May.
See, yeah, see you next time. Bye.
Bye. Bye.